layers. Minimize that one. Horizontally, just a smidgen bigger. And that should be good. Vertically. Looks good. Does it sound good? We have my audio coming through. Sounds good. We do indeed. So, hello, people of the internet. It is I, Soulrack Dragon, here, back with more Fate Grand Order, where today, Avalon the Fae begins.
予言の子が現れ、巡礼の鐘は鳴る。フェイトグランドオーダー、コスモス・イン・ザ・ロストベルト、妖精円卓領域。
I like that Nash outfit, gotta say. Said it last night during the reaction to the announcement stream, but really like that Mash. I hope that she gets that as a Spiriton dress. But, yes, Avalon the Fae, the moment a planet is born, has dropped. And with it, a lot of news posts here, so we'll just go through them really quick. So first is the announcement of the broadcast station that happened last night, and as a reward we get 16 quartz to all masters. Only 16, which is, I feel like it's a little bit low, but maybe it's not. I don't know. And then the Avalon the Fae Morgan pickup summon. This will last until the 20th of this month, so a little less than 2 weeks, roughly. So, following servants are on Raid Up: Tamlin Gawain, Tamlin Tristan, Caster Q, and Morgan. Hey, forever. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be rolling just yet. While Morgan is indeed a very interesting possible role, I kind of want to see where the story takes those three, and why Caster Q is on the Raid Up as well, before I do any rolls. I kind of want to see just because... it's Tom. Got it. So, Faerie Tristan, Faerie Gawain. Gotcha. Thank you for that. I was actually curious about it. There is a bunch of new CEs, mind you, that are somewhat tempting to roll for. But Morgan is an AoE Berserker who skill also gives some good buffs for your party, so Morgan's definitely an interesting case. That's kind of why I'm leaning towards maybe rolling for her, just because she's got a very interesting NP alone. I have no idea what their kits even look like, so kind of blind on that. Tamlin Gawain, it looks like it's just Gawain. Interesting effect, reduce skill cooldown by 1, so if she's got a good kit, then, you know, I could see rolling for her. Tamlin Tristan, though, is kind of, I mean, single target archer? I don't really see too much reason to roll from her just based off her NP. Again, I haven't looked at their kits. Their kits might be really good. Holy cow! NP9? Who's Barghest? Okay, which one of these two is Barghest, then? Or however you pronounce that. And again, I'm very curious as to why Caster Q is here. Very, very curious as to why Caster Q is able to be rolled for. But the CE-wise, the one who withstood pain is just really good. Like, this CE was made for Castoria. I'm trying to think, I don't know of any others off the top of my head that it would be really useful for, but yeah, this CE is really good on Castoria. Maybe even, I could see it possibly rolling on Lambda as well. Fairy Knight Gawain, gotcha. Gemstone Shots and Imaginary Number Attribute, they're also pretty decent cards. I imagine they go up to 12 and 50%, so a little bit more specialized version of Sumo. Sumo still beats these guys out, though. Like, Golden Sumo is such a good CE, and I'm so glad I've got 2 copies of it maxed out. Vessel of Desires, not bad. And then the Have Not, that's actually a very interesting effect on a CE. As far as I can think, I'm pretty sure only Santa Nightingale can give buff removal resistance. Because I know that Santa Nightingale is one of the components in a 0 KP She Who Shall Not Be Named comp. I know Santa Nightingale is one of the components just because of buff removal resistance. So the descriptions for each of these. Morgan, the iron-fisted High Queen who reigns over Faerie Britain and a traitor to humanity who threatens Chaldea. The Queen who rules over the Lostbelt Faerie Britain. She has established an absolute monarchy in Lostbelt Britain, oppressing the Fae for over 2,000 years. Okay. The highest-ranked fairy and divinely brilliant mage, she bears Rungominiad, the lands of the world's end, as a form of magecraft. Okay. The right hand of High Queen Morgan. She is known to all of Faerie Britain as the epitome of violence and the Queen's mighty wall. Member of Faerie Britain's Knights of the Round Table. Interesting. The Tamlin spirit origin was dubbed Gawain after the Round Table Knight from Proper Human History. She hails from the Fanged clan, an animalistic tribe known for their strong physiques, but her spirit origin and appearance resemble a human. The most feared Tamlin, just fairy, in all of Faerie Britain, she is scorned as Gawain of Many Loves, or Gawain the Glutton. Interesting. Again. And Fairy Tristan. Selfish, capricious, cruel, just the worst. High Queen Morgan's favorite daughter, who treats her daughter. Okay. Dubbed Tristan, receives favorable treatment as the daughter and successor of High Queen Morgan, who rules over Lostbelt Britain. Tristan is one of only 2 fairies who was raised as a witch, as magecraft is unneeded in Lostbelt Britain. And then you can check out their noble phantasms on the interwebs, but not here, because I'm probably already going to get a little bit of copyright if I air the opening cinematic. So main quest, part 2, chapter 6. The fierce battle in Olympus ended in Chaldea's victory over the Greek gods, as well as the confirmed simultaneous termination of the 6th Tree of Emptiness. Without the Tree of Emptiness, the 6th Lostbelt ceased to be a threat, leaving only the 7th Lostbelt to conquer. Or so it was believed. But the observation lens Sheba projects a different future, the imminent collapse of the planet itself, triggered by the 6th Lostbelt. There's hardly any time left until the planet's demise. To prevent this untimely end, Chaldea sets foot in a mystical island inhabited by fairies, the British Lostbelt. So you have to have completed Chapter 5.5, Naraka Mandala, High-End Kyo, The Thunderous Flash. There are free quests associated with it. The trailer is out online. Barrel Guts, I read through his thing last night. I'm still curious that he's a botanist. And Gareth gets a rank up quest to increase her battle continuation. And then just more summoning stuff. The campaign, the pre-release campaign update. Part 2 gets 60 million quartz for 20,000 reactions has been achieved. Okay, so I'll probably be able to claim that. Reflect on Part 2 with a special video when opening the game. Look back on Part 2 will play when you first open the game for all masters. I think that the trailer for the Lostbelt overwrote that. Yep, so unauthorized. Yep, so can't play that back, so I will have to make sure to not do that. Main quests have quarter AP, which is nice. Pre-release login bonus for more apples. Finally double success on CEs. Finally. All Embers and Training Grounds have been unlocked for the duration here. All free quests are half AP until first clear. Okay. But the double success is really long overdue. And then Da Vinci Rider is on pickup as well. Okay. I'm pretty sure I got those CEs already, but Rider Vinci, very weird to throw her banner in there. And story support clear. Gives leyline stones. And I'm not sure if this can be used in the current thing up to chapter 6. So yeah, I don't think it's... I'm never going to be able to use leyline stones, it feels. Some more clear missions, so I should get 10 quartz from that. And then another mission set is going to be added. Ooh, embers and foes. Okay, okay, okay. Coolness, coolness. So we're going to be getting some quartz. And that's it for the news. Login bonus stuff. Avalon Lafay has been unlocked. Alright. Now before we run into that, let's receive all my weekly quartz. As I've been building up. And then the limited time quartz is going to total probably like 15, it looks. No, a little bit. No, 10. And then all the ley lines because we've completed all the other Lostbelts. Okay. Not bad, not bad, not bad at all. I don't have many quartz right now, but I have not yet cashed in just yet for this month. Ley line stones, the various exchange tickets, ice. Yeah, it's been a while since I streamed FGO, so I've got a bit of a backlog here. And maintenance quartz, broadcast quartz, campaign quartz, apple, wisdom, senpai rare prisms. Foes. Login, 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 login. Excuse me. Don't mind me just claiming all my stuff. Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to be going on these banners just yet. I want to give it a little bit more time to see what the story has to say for these new characters. Okay. So how much quartz am I at? 272. Let me clear up this friends thing so I don't get that pop up. And then, just because I don't know how many I'll be getting, CEs. What was I working hard on? Anything in particular being boosted right now? I don't think so. Level. Okay, I was working on something. Fragment of 2030. So, what I want is all the chocolates. Good gracious, I've got so many chocolates. Okay, maybe not. I'm gonna have to unlock all those chocolates individually here, because that's a lot of chocolates. Let me just quickly check through here, make sure I'm not missing anybody skill-wise. Everybody should be at 6 minimum for their skills. Some of them are missing their 3rd skill, but that's fine. It's as we expected. And then everybody that has not been leveled up should be at minimum 2. I do have some dupes, so I should probably settle those as well. As store the extra senpais. Okay, so we'll store the extra senpais, burn the extra servants, and then go from there. Okay, seriously, everything's locked. That's weird. Why is everything locked? There she is. Oh no! Oh, it's not everything's locked. It's my second archive is full. Oh. Okay, I just need to take out 5. That's not bad. Do I have not shiny shine? Yes. There we go. I was a bit confuzzled and schmeckledorfed there, but we figured it out in the end. So, senpai. And then to the shop. To burn. Yep, just burn them all. There are nothing but spares here. No rare prisms amongst them. Good. I do have golden foes I should probably use as well. And I am curious, what is my current caster Ku's ascension level? I can't recall if he's leveled up or not. Why am I in ascension? I meant, NP level. Derp. Me. Let's see. So, if he is leveled up, which I'm pretty positive he is, he's only NP1. Okay, I mean, that might make it worth rolling just to get him higher NP. I do have costumes I can unlock. You know, may as well. I'm totally not just stalling here or anything. Totally not just stalling. It's not like I've forgotten to do things or anything like that, and I'm playing catch-up or anything. I mean, it's not like I can pad this out anyways. I can literally only go for 2.5 hours stream tonight, so... You know, I'll unlock one Spiriton dress every stream. There we go. That's a nice way to pace it. I do like the outfit for Uma, though. I do. I'm not sure which one I like between that or Venus Silk, though. Alright, I need to foe. Golden foe, to be specific. Why am I all the way at the bottom of the filter? And it was Lambda that's getting the goldens. 1313. Nice, nice. And then redo that filter. Okay. Good. And can't really be stalling for any further, so without further ado here, let's jump into Lostbelt number 6, Faerie Round Table Domain, Avalon. Let's go. Hey, Merlin! Crushing a water bottle there. Well, hello there. You with the still unknown fate. I trust you can hear me. Or perhaps hello again, Stargazer, would be more appropriate. Either way, it doesn't really matter. You're here now, and I don't have to be bored out of my skull anymore. So will you hear what I have to say? I suppose it's less what I have to say exactly than it is one of many songs the winds carry to me. This is the story of a single future, what became of an island of mystics that was reduced to the land of the Fae. Those of you without sin take your leave now, for here you will find the Queen's bottomless castle. They accumulate like rain or ash. They disappear like snow or lies. Our hopes are either upon the shelf or yet in the Queen's hands. But we need only hold out a little longer. On the dawn of the 2000th year, the prophesized child will appear. The child who will bring the Fae folk and humans together. The child who will save the world. Though it be too small for any other to see, the child shall be drawn to the light here, as a moth to the flame. Once the child has averted catastrophe in the City of Iron and the Sea of Soot, their pilgrimage shall truly begin. Chosen by the staff of selection, the Savior, guarded by travelers from afar, shall reach the throne. The throne shall be claimed by a true king. Take up the bloodied crown. Let the 6 bells ring out like raging lightning, like grieving flame. Let them ring out, and forge a path for the true king. Let them ring out before the red calamity reaches us, before the black disaster devours us living. Though we may not be the most diligent of folk, we are yet the free descendants of the Fae. Lacking though our wishes be, all we desire is a brighter tomorrow. So, what do you think? It takes its sweet time making its point, but you get it, yes? That's just how it is with prophecies. They don't make sense when you first hear them, but once events unfold, you see exactly what they meant. In that sense, they're a lot like the curse that affixed itself to you back before you knew it was there. Weird. Well, looks like the scary lady found me. This is all I can do for now. The next time I see you will probably be after everything else is said and done. It is a shame I won't be able to help you fight, but I'm hugely relieved I won't have to fear for my life. Alright then, I'll be waiting for you in the confined land. Until next time. Bye, Merlin! You're mysterious as ever! Ooh, good neck pop. A dream. I think Foe knows that Merlin talked to us, because... testing. Good morning, everyone. This is Sion. The time is now 7 a.m. I'm very sorry to disturb you all during your precious, quiet, early morning hours, but I have an urgent message to relay to all Novum Chaldea staff. There has been a change in the 6th Lostbelt. The emergency situation we predicted is now in progress. Please remain calm and come to the command room as soon as you're able. Come on, Foe. Let's go! Foe? I don't like that. Master Carolite reporting for duty. What's going on here, Master?
Don't bother asking Soul, Carolite. He and I both just got here ourselves, so we know as little as you. I don't even see my technical advisor or the captain anywhere. The only other ones here are that unflappable alchemist and...
Good morning, my distinguished colleagues. I see by your healthy complexions that you all slept marvelously last night. Wonderful. I'd say this fulfills the first condition, wouldn't you, Miss Sion?
Yes, I think so. It's very lucky that you're all in such good health right now. Let us see, we have Sol and Mash, the demi-servant, the field op team, Monier, the pilot, Tomlin and Kawada, the operators, Octavia, Da Vinci's assistant, Shin, the vehicle mechanic, Cayenne, the munitions and design engineer, Elron, the record keeper, Marcus, the Spiriton engineer. We're getting so much lore on who's still alive! And Gordolf, who was just enjoying a heaping plate of pancakes with a rather generous drizzling of honey. I see not one of you has so much as batting an eye at this dire situation. Truly, you're all seasoned veterans. This will make it so much easier to tell you what's going on.
I really don't like where this is going, but come on, let's hear it. What is going on already? Does that have something to do with that searing red light flashing more gaudily than I've ever seen it flash before? Is there a fire in the kitchen now or something?
Oh no, nothing like that. This is only a tiny planetary crisis that will eradicate us all in about 24 hours if we don't stop it.
Eradication? Well, that's a much bigger deal than I was expecting. Wait, what did you say, you Egyptian knee sock?
Egyptian knee sockwear? What is that? It seems very rude to me to boil people down to their nationality, appearance, and or choice of apparel. She's Egyptian. I agree with that, but please, let's not get sidetracked right now. Director Gordolf, Master, and all other staff members are still grappling with this news. What exactly do you mean by planetary crisis? I'm sorry, you're right. We do not have a lot of time to spare, so I will be as forthright as I can. As you know, it's been about 3 weeks since this shocking operation to eliminate Limbo. In that time, Novum Chaldea has been tuning up the storm border and devising plans of attack for the remaining 6th and 7th Lostbelts. That said, as I have told you all before, I saw no need to infiltrate Britain, the site of the 6th Lostbelt. So I've been focusing my efforts on the 7th Lostbelt, where the foreign god is hiding out.
Yes, I remember. You said we could leave the 6th Lostbelt to its own devices because... Go on, Soul. Tell her.
Doesn't have a Tree of Emptiness anymore.
Indeed, the Tree of Emptiness that helped establish the British Lostbelt was used to burn down the Tree of Emptiness in Olympus.
What? I thought it was a seed from a Tree of Emptiness that was used to conceptually burn down the Olympian Tree of Emptiness after Muramasa split it in two. I really need to go back and read that then.
As for the proof, we have not observed any magical energy readings associated with the Tree of Emptiness coming from Britain since then. As such, the British Lostbelt should disappear on its own, much like the Chinese one did. Or so we thought.
Right, the British Lostbelt may still be shrouded in a wall of light, but it's no longer a threat to humanity. At least, that was our understanding. Is that not the case? No, it is. We were still keeping it under observation, but we did not consider it a threat. Not until this very moment, anyway. This is the Paper Moon's planetary observation grid, and these are Sheba's predictions. According to this, the British Lostbelt will vanish in about 24 hours, and when it does, it will also engulf the rest of the planet like an enormous tsunami. Earth will then crumble under the weight of its own gravity, utterly annihilating the planet. We're not talking about one of the foreign gods pseudo-black holes. This would well and truly be the end of the Earth. This will overwrite humanity's current bad ending, the bleached Earth phenomenon, the completely dead end.
Why?
That is an excellent question. Why?
That we don't know, but now that we know what will happen if left unchecked, we can ill afford to simply sit back and twiddle our thumbs. Da Vinci and Captain Nemo are on the storm border as we speak, getting it ready to launch. Up till now, we've been using the shadow border to infiltrate the Lostbelt via void space. Though this sudden development has left us without the time we need to prepare. Fortunately, we now have the storm border, which is capable of directly breaching the walls surrounding the Lostbelt. As a battleship, the storm border is essentially our frontline base. While we will still be conducting on-site investigations in the shadow border, having a base where we can always resupply will be a tremendous asset. Furthermore, Trismegistius too categorizes this phenomenon as a collapse, but one could also call it a trap, or perhaps a pitfall.
Pitfall, then do you think Britain is going to cave in on itself, or sink underwater?
I'm afraid I can offer no definitive answer until we can get there. Regardless, I suspect not even the foreign god herself foresaw this turn of events. It's all well and good that Britain will disappear. Indeed, it's only to be expected now that the Tree of Emptiness is effectively dead. But if that disappearance is going to engulf the entire planet, then it is a matter we must investigate and ultimately resolve. After all, there would be no feasible way to restore Earth to its pre-bleached state if there's no Earth left to restore.
Okay, I'm with you there, but what the hell can we do in only 24 hours? A lot, as a matter of fact. You see, that 24-hour period is in our time frame. But according to Sheba, time moves very differently within the Lostbelt. Once inside the British Lostbelt, time constraint will cease to be a concern. So as long as you can resolve this phenomenon while you're there, we should be all set. That said, time is still definitely not on our side. Which is why we're going to have all Chaldea's staff board the storm border, and head for Britain as soon as we finish our final safety check. Then, once you arrive at its wall of light, you'll use the storm border's dimension-piercing drill to breach it, and make your way into Britain, the 6th Lostbelt. That's all I have to say, and as luck would have it, the shadow border has just arrived at the dock. I know this mission is being sprung on you very suddenly, but Da Vinci will fill you in on the details aboard the storm border. Be careful out there, everyone. I can't wait to hear what sort of fun hijinks you get up to this time. You're not coming, Sion? Sorry, you're right. I did say the entire staff. My bad. I did not phrase that as intended. I felt it would be much too presumptuous to count a newcomer like myself as a member of Chaldea's staff. Please, do not worry about me. I'm just gonna stay here and continue to monitor the 7th Lostbelt. Do your best out there, Soul. I promise I'll do the same here. That said, if you all should load this one, both I and this base will cease to exist in about 24 hours. So I'm counting on you more than ever. But I'm not at all worried. I know you'll succeed.
You hang in there too, Sion.
That smile. The Goudica smile. Bleached Earth. Nemo! Nemo! Attention all crew members. I repeat, attention all crew members. We've arrived at the waters near the British Lostbelt, 2 hours after departing the Wandering Sea, just as we expected. We're currently 200 kilometers north of the Isle of Britain. The Wall of Light looks to be a dimensional rift, just like the world's end from the 6th Singularity. Thanks to Da Vinci and Professor's analysis, we've learned that the rift is thinnest on the southern side. So that is where we'll be headed, and I'll begin the dimensional boring as soon as we arrive. We expect to begin the operation in 45 minutes. All hands, man at your posts until further notice. Alrighty. There you have it. We're going to begin the operation as soon as possible without any breaks. The storm border is a big ship after all, so it can't just slip into the void space like the shadow border. But what it can do is use the massive propulsive force and magical energy barriers to withstand the dimensional friction that separates different worlds. Basically, it's a giant drill. It's anti-world. This whole storm border is an anti-world known phantasm. What we're going to do is fire the storm border through the wall of light like a bullet. The entry impact will be just as strong as it is for a zero sail, so make sure you're all in a calm state of mind. If you're confused, distraught, or terrified, then your soul might not be able to keep up with your body.
Yes, I'm well aware. You mean that weird sensation where it feels like your chest and head are being stretched out like taffy, right? No need to worry about us, Captain. This isn't our first rodeo. More importantly, we do have a firm plan of action in place, yes? Because I don't even want to think about entering the Lostbelt without a strategy or a goal.
Of course we do. Don't worry, Gordy. We know exactly what it is we have to do. After all, we were always planning to go after the British Lostbelt at some point. Really, you were? Excuse me. But I thought the British Lostbelt was no longer a threat, at least up until today. Right you are, but nonetheless we were indeed making plans to explore it well before now. While we only have a few bits and pieces of information to work with at the moment, we do know that Beryl Gut remains in the British Lostbelt, and that its king was able to launch an attack on the Olympus Tree of Emptiness. What's more, this king was even able to burn the very Tree of Emptiness required to sustain their Lostbelt. While it's still unclear whether Beryl tricked them into doing so or they acted with informed consent, what matters is that they possess enough power to burn a Tree of Emptiness single-handedly. And then there's Rango Miniato. Yep, a hugely powerful spell akin to Divine Punishment that was able to reach Olympus all the way from Britain. A mystic that surpassed even Kirstari's ideal magecraft. That was Rango Miniato, alright. It's a spell not devised not by human hands, but by the inner sea of the planet itself. It'll be a powerful weapon against the foreign god, which means it's something we desperately need. Planet's inner sea? What's that? Oh, it's basically a paradise of legend. Every mythology's got some kind of promised eternal Holy Land, right? Utopia, the Garden of Eden, the land of young Tir Na Nog, and so on. Well, Britain's is called Avalon. It's supposed to be an otherworldly paradise that can't be reached by ordinary means. It's also said to lie inside the planet, and it's where the soul of stars go to sleep. Pretty much every Clock Tower mage has heard about it. I know I called it a legend, but that's not how the people who actually see it think of it. There are some people out there who really might be able to get to this planet's inner sea. Oh, the Clock Tower's even got a department for exploring it. Well, you know, we know somebody's made it there, eventually, in some timelines. That said, we're talking about a place that's completely outside human comprehension. Once you get mixed up with something like that, you're practically already lost to a world outside of our own. What are you saying, Munipaza? Are you talking about the underground workshop? They're just an ordinary archaeological team with a fancy name. Really, how could anyone take them seriously after they proudly proclaimed they found the Earth's belly button underneath the clock tower? I may be something of a magecraft elitist, but even I would be too embarrassed to say something like that with a straight face. The Earth's belly button. Okay, that could have a lot of implications, though. A belly button is where the umbilical cord was connected to the mother, so... I don't know. If we're quite done with our digression about the Mage Association and the clock towers and our politics, let's return to the subject at hand, shall we? Now that we know the king of the British Lostbelt controls Rongominiad, we need to investigate it and learn how it works. Indeed, the Rongominiad is the very reason we are making plans to explore the British Lostbelt. While the circumstances may have forced us to act sooner than we had hoped, we are always going to pay them a visit eventually. So the Master's mission this time isn't just to investigate the Lostbelt. While we do of course need to prevent the collapse Tris Majestius 2 warned us about, securing Rongominiad is our top priority. As such, our ultimate goal for this Lostbelt is to negotiate with its king for it. You mean you want to cut a deal with this Lostbelt's king? Someone capable of essentially firing intercontinental ballistic missiles at will. Yep, honestly, I think it's pretty reckless even for us. I'd love to get my hands on Rongominiad too. But between the Storm Border, the Heroic Spirit Summoning System, and the Black Barrel, I think we should be able to neutralize the so-called planet-level threat like a foreign god. The circumstances call for it. Sion was adamant that we needed a divine construct, though, so here we are. Well, Miss Sion is an Atlas alchemist. I have no doubt she has something unique in mind. And let's not forget, we wouldn't have the Nautilus or the Stormboard if it wasn't for her. So I, for one, am perfectly willing to go along with this plan of hers. Especially if it leads to us acquiring Rongominiad or something equivalent. Don't you think you're being just a little overly optimistic here, Holmes? This could be the biggest burden we've asked Soul to bear so far, you know? This definitely is a little different. You'll have to continue this conversation later. We've almost reached the drilling point. All hands return to your posts. Brace for space-time crossing impact. Oh, right, sorry, Captain. Where's my post? Oh crap, the wall's right in front of us. Sorry for not paying closer attention, Captain.
Oh, alright, I understand. I still don't like it, but at least get the point of this mission now. Remember, Soul, this won't be like any of the other Lostbelts we've faced so far. Negotiation requires a careful, thoughtful approach, so try to keep your reckless risk-taking to no more than 30% of your usual antics.
So no sky-high justice bomb. Good grief, it seems Gordolf beat me to the punch. As important as this mission may be, it would be well within our ability to acquire this weapon. Fortunately, we have both knowledge and time on our side. Regardless of what sort of person we may be dealing with, as long as we take things one step at a time, we're sure to arrive at the truth eventually.
Strapped in and ready to deploy. Good, Professor. Start the final safety check. Stormboarder, initialize 0 coding. Triton engines 1, 2, and 3, all green. Space and time difference corrections between Stormboarder and drilling target have been calculated. Da Vinci will protect the ship's armor from the computer room, while the Nemo series will focus on maintaining our route. The computer room just gave us the all-clear, Captain. Look, we're looking at 99.9% chance of success. Dimension-piercing battleship Stormboarder. Move out. Prepare to enter the 6th Lostbelt. Are we gonna get a cutscene of this? I kinda hope we do. Nope. Lostbelt 6, Lostbelt Death, EX. 2019. Fae Roundtable Domain, Avalon the Fae. The moment a planet is born. Okay, I can see the landmass a bit. It's a bit blurred, but... Alright, so... I'm going to pause for... Actually, just because I'm not sure how well this is going to split, I'm going to stop the recording.